Welcome back to the CEO Show. I'm Sheila Harrison, your host, also the publisher of the Houston Business Guide. And today we're talking to Erica O'Grady of Peanut Butter Media. Yep. We haven't gotten to Peanut Butter Media yet, but we've been talking about your education and how you got started in your career and some of the valuable things that you did to lay down a very strong foundation to own your own business. The kind of connections you made at these food camps and bar camps that made you a valued person to know by a lot of people. And now that's important. Now, how did that lead to then from owning, I think you were talking about the company that you were with 3 partners. And what was the name of that company?
The Method Agency.
The Method Agency. Now, where did that take you?
So I think that people underestimate the value of something called social capital.
Yes.
And that's what I was spending all that time building when I was doing these bar camps all over the place, is I was building social capital in a certain niche. And there's different kinds of social capital. There's bonding social capital when you're working one-on-one, but then there's also bridging where you're reaching out and connecting groups and people with other ideas. And so I was doing both at the same time.
So that your name became affiliated with those groups and with those people.
Absolutely. And I built trust.
And that gave you social capital that you could then spend in other places.
And you can.
You can.
You can make a lot of money with social capital.
In Houston, this is not a new thing. We've called it the Good Old Boy Network.
Absolutely.
Since the beginning of time, and the oil patch is famous for it.
Sure.
And the Good Old Boy Network for the last 50 years has included a lot of very savvy women, too.
It has.
So, this social media, take us to where then when you left the company.
So I founded this company with 2 partners called the Method Agency.
Yeah.
And we discovered very quickly we didn't work well together.
Oh, okay.
And that was another learning lesson for me. And it was really positive. We're still friends. It just was one of those things where I said, you know, this isn't working for me and here's the reasons why. And I decided to leave and start my own company. And I was so glad that I did. Because,
did they buy you out then?
So yes and no. It was an interesting structure. But what ended up happening was I started my own company. I took some of my clients with me and made more money than I ever imagined I would immediately. And part of it was that I was given, and I think that we get a lot of lucky breaks along the way. I was scared to go out on my own the whole time. This was part of my problem, is I had a fear. I tried it and I failed and I never wanted to fail again.
And you didn't want to do that again.
So I got partners. So I thought that was my safety net. My next safety net was I actually do a radio show with Russ Capper of the Houston Business Makers, and he said to me, all right, well, you want to start this company. If you ever don't have money to pay for something, just let me know and I'll write you a check for it. And I had never had to ask him for money, ever. But that was my safety net. So
that gave you the courage to do it.
Knowing that there was someone besides my parents who was out there advocating for me to do well. And so
he probably knew that when he
absolutely
made that offer.
Never had to ask for money. And that's something I'm so excited and proud of.
That's wonderful. So tell me about your client base and what you do for them.
Sure. So Peanut Butter Media is a social media consulting company. And social media is really word of mouth or community-based marketing that leverages technology as a platform for conversations. Some of my
Is that the same term as viral?
No. They're very, very different.
Yeah. Oh, see, now I thought they were the same.
Nope.
How do they differ?
So viral is really kind of an adjective applied to certain things that could come out of social media. For instance, a viral video, or
which someone sends the emails to all their friends,
or a viral blog post that gets the front page of Dig, which is a social news site. So those are the kinds of things that the viral is really just an adjective, but social media
and it
itself,
is a result of some of the things you do in social media.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.